Hi everyone. So today is the day 2. I'm not really sure how the children in society and everybody is going to react, but I have sent them multiple emails and stuff since last night. Obviously, this is really, really bad if the court is breaking the law to keep my son away from me, causing financial harm, emotional harm, and it's not just a matter of few days. Like it's this has been going on for 16 months now, almost 16 months now. So I do not like the what I said is completely true, that the court doesn't have the permission to right now prolong this file, uh, and this what they are doing is completely illegal, and it should be considered child abduction and child trafficking. Ontario Court of Justice Rule 123 subsection 5, that says that a judge is required to make a final decision, judgment within 6 months from when the hearing was held. My trial ended sometime in February 28, I believe, 27, 28, around that time. So the expiry date to make a judgment was August 28 of 2025, so a few weeks ago. Before I requested that this file is dismissed, I contacted two of the Children in Society's case lawyers, and I also included so I contacted them first, and told them that there's a law. It's Ontario Court of Justice Rule 124, I believe, subsection 1. I'm not sure. I know it's 124, and that says that if a court was not able to make a judgment within the time they're required to, they have to bring a motion before the Chief Justice and request an extension of time. So before I requested that this file be dismissed, I actually contacted the two lawyers involved in the child protection application, and I asked them, if they're going to schedule anything, and there was no response from them. And then a day or two later, when I filed my motion materials requesting that this file be dismissed, I included pretty much everyone that is involved in this proceeding, including the director of Children in Society, and the hiring manager. And I also included the caseworker, the lawyer that is involved in the case. I also included the legal services general email address, so that everything is set, like I've done everything properly. I wrote down in paragraph 4 that that party needs to, the time is expired, the party needs to bring a motion, and if they're not going to bring a motion to request extension of time, then the court needs to dismiss this file. And when I served the documents in the email for service, for documents, I also wrote down that you cannot improperly keep withholding my son on a illegal court process where the judge's judgment is no longer valid until the Chief Justice grants them permission to make a judgment outside the time frame that they're required to. And so that was so that email was sent to everybody that's included in the proceeding, including the Office of the Children's Lawyer, as well as the amicus counsel, and my ex-husband, who is another party. But most importantly, the documents were sent to everybody that is involved in the Children in Society proceeding, as well as the director herself, Lisa Tomlinson, the caseworker, Joelle Williams, as well as the hiring manager, Colin Hill, I believe that's his name. So I included everybody that's required, so this way nobody can go back and say that, oh hey, you didn't take they cannot point fingers at each other that they didn't know, I somehow misled them, or I try to be tricky about the situation. No, everybody knew about this. Everybody received the documents, the paragraph 4. Everybody read the same document. So, um, yeah. So that was on August 27th. Today is, I believe, September 10th. So it has been like close to 2 weeks right now. Nobody has made any attempts to schedule a motion before the Chief Justice to request extension of time or to request a retrial. So why the court is saying that we'll make a decision when we can, that is extremely improper. You cannot do that. There's a law that says that certain things needs to be done within a certain time, and if you're not able to follow the law, then you need to make some other arrangements. You cannot just say that, oh hey, a parent is expected to just wait for like 5 years, 10 years, I will make a decision from our grave or something like that. Like it doesn't work like that. There's rules and laws. Like when a judge retires, passes, dies, or gets transferred to a different court, there's laws that needs to be followed. It just doesn't work like that. So right now this court is withholding an improper child protection application. There's Even if this judge makes a decision right now, this is no longer valid. Not only that, due to conflict of interest right now, because I have filed a notice of application before the Supreme Court that this is potentially a child trafficking case. I mean, it has been served on the other party already, which includes the name of this judge that is rejecting to dismiss the file, is unable to make a decision, and she has no idea when she will be able to make a decision. Her name has been included in there, so due to conflict of interest right now, she's no longer going to be able to make a proper decision. So the only other option is retrial. So before I started making this video, I contacted the Children's Society legal department again via email, included both lawyers as well as the general legal services, and I asked them, with the rule, like, that you need to schedule a motion. Please let me know if you want to schedule a motion for retrial before the Chief Justice, or what do you want to do at this point. So I'm waiting for that. I didn't send it too long ago, but 5-10 minutes ago. But basically, since August 26, 27 or so, I would say from August 25th, 26, somewhere around then. So it's been like a little bit over 2 weeks that I've been actually communicating with the legal department and the councils of the Children's Society, trying to figure out what can be done. I don't think they know the law very well, to be honest, because I don't think they are not taking any initiative to schedule anything to request extension of time, and which is why it makes me wonder if they are not aware of it. Because when I asked them, what do you want to do, just to be tricky, they said that, oh, we just continue to wait, but that's not how things work. So that makes me wonder whether the council actually knows about the law, and how many people are being affected this way. And that's why I decided to make this video, so that all the other parents whose children are being taken away, and that a fake trial or whatever it is was held, and then eventually no judgment was given, and the parents are still waiting for the return of their children. They need to understand that the court cannot do that. If a judge is not able to make a judgment within 6 months for a trial or a final judgment, and for motions it has to be within 3 months. If they're not able to make a decision within the time, a party has to write to the Chief Justice to request an extension of time or a rehearing, or that the matter should be reheard by another judge in the court. or any other direction that the Chief Justice feels appropriate, that if this matter should still stay in the same courthouse or if this should be heard in a different courthouse, what would be the best interest for all the parties that does not conflict with the judge's decision. So I'm waiting for to hear back from the Children in Society right now to see what they want to do. But this is my third or fourth conversation with them regarding if they want to schedule a motion before the Chief Justice within the last 2 weeks. There should be I think I know for sure this is my third conversation within the last 3 weeks, probably like fourth, I'm not sure. So far they are not responding, or they're not acknowledging that they just want to bully their way out of this situation, which makes this as a case of child trafficking, because they don't have the authority, the judge doesn't have the authority, and the court doesn't have the authority to make a decision. And if you don't have the authority to make a decision without the permission of the Chief Justice, then why are you holding on to my son while you're actually not even taking any actions to try to get these necessary permission that you need in order to proceed in court? So that being said, this is a highly illegal case right now. This is a case of child trafficking, and I'm trying to put this out there because I know that I'm going to be facing a lot of threats, and these informations are going to be before a justice of the peace to see if a warrant, arrest for warrant, can be issued for me to expose that potentially these people are doing a child trafficking situation right now. So whoever is watching these videos and that I'm being recorded to, wherever it is, they need to understand that has been 16 months, almost 16 months since my son was taken. There was no order issued for the removal of my son. They came and forced their way into it. The police intentionally did not want to make sure that there was no that the information the Children in Society was saying was true when they came and took my son. These people, the same courthouse, denied me a trial 2 times. They just did not want to simply proceed with trial. And then after I spoke up against it many times and brought this issue before various different judges and various different court, they finally put the file on trial list. And since trial ended, it's been 6 months, they have not been able to provide a judgment. And there's no request for retrial, there's no request for extension of time as of right now when I'm making this video. And they are denying to dismiss the file and return my son back in my care. So this case is actually not going anywhere. They are just stalling. I'm not really sure why they're stalling, and I'm not really sure what kind of ending that they are expecting from this. But this is extremely highly unprofessional, highly illegal case where a child is being taken away and absolutely no rules and laws were followed, which makes this a case of child trafficking. So you need to consider who actually should be looked into. The police needs to investigate and look into what's really happening and if the laws are being followed, and if either I should be arrested or if they need to take the initiative to return the child and put a restraining order against the people that are breaking the law to keep my son away from me.